Hey Geminis, welcome to Sarah Tarot. Are you ready for your January 2017 reading? Are you? I hope so. I love Gemini. I really do. Like, some of my closest friends are Gemini. They just come into my life. I don't know. It's very funny. I'm always attracted to Gemini. I think it's because I have a Sag rising, so it's my 7th house. So it's like magnets, just like, hey, what's up? I just get them. You guys make me smile. You guys make me laugh. I like the fact that I can gab with you forever. You know, not everybody's fun to talk with for like 5 hours at a time, but you guys are. And you guys know how to keep you like to keep the party going. You like to keep the socializing going. And I love that too. Because I'm somebody who's like, it's 9 o'clock. Maybe I'll go home and, wrap myself up in a blanket, especially this time of year. And you're like, no, I love you. Don't leave. That's my experience anyway. But yeah, you guys, you want to make everybody happy. You want people to feel that they can communicate with you. You want people to feel that they are loved and cared for. You want the group to feel good. You just do. It's like in your DNA that you can't stop yourself, Even if you want to and you're tired, there's a part of you that wants to keep it fun and fresh and for everybody to be happy all the time. At the beginning of January, it's going to be a little bit of a slow start initially. We're talking, the first week or two. You're going to feel a little slow. It's partially because Mercury, your ruling planet, is going to be retrograde until the 8th or 9th, I believe. And that means we're all going to feel a little slow. We're going to feel a little slow. We're all going to feel a little bit of that. It's going to be a soft lull into the new year. Whereas some years take off running, this year is going to be a quiet, it's going to stealthily sneak in, and it's going to be like, whoa, it's 2017? So, you might feel a little bit slow moving just initially, which can be frustrating because I think a lot of you have questions about what's next. What's next? You might be really happy in your relationship or in the home that you've moved into in the last year or two, but you might be questioning your career choices, where you want to be. You may not be feeling completely contented. You might have 3/5 of the puzzle figured out in January is what I'm getting from you guys, is the sense that you have certain pieces are just perfectly placed and you feel really good about them. But there's these other couple pieces, and they're big deal pieces. These are things that really affect your day-to-day life. Those are the pieces that you wake up at 2 a.m. and you're thinking, why is this not working the way that I would like it to? And that might be haunting you just a little bit in January because you want to know, you want to have a path forward, and you want to know how you can communicate and get from point A to point B and have it be easy and fun and like it was meant to be in your life. I'm going to look at your recent past in November and December, see where the breadcrumbs lead me into January and why you're feeling this way. Okay, so it looks like you have actually had a really pretty 2016 in some ways. You may not have had big volcanoes erupting all around you. And so the cards are showing me that you kind of figured out how to get an equilibrium going. You felt that you had finally gotten out of kind of this energy. This is a sad energy. You'd walked away from old wounds, you'd walked away from old losses, and you'd found a way to kind of combine all the elements, temperance here, and make something new, something that would work for you, something that would feel whole. You really are resourceful. Geminis, you guys are very resourceful. You're very good at figuring out a way to get things to work, even when the situation isn't ideal. And you figured out a way to do that. So that in November and December, you had figured it out. You might have even figured out, 5 or 10 steps, you thought, down the path so that anything that was still lurking, still bothering you, still kind of stuck in the back of your mind, you could at least make it work for the next few months. You could at least chide yourself with the knowledge that you knew of ways to make it work, right? You knew of ways to combine the elements and make something new. Very resourceful, and I commend you, Geminis, for that quite heartily, because not everybody is great at that, but you guys really are. You're very good at talking to people, at communicating your desires, and figuring out a way to coordinate so that you can still move forward in life, so you can still feel that you're not totally stuck. You don't want to be stuck. So that's where you were. You were kind of like, all right, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to take it for what it is. I'm going to appreciate my life. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to appreciate all the things that are in my life that I really have worked hard for and have in my life. But there's still this question, right? There's still this question, like, why? There's these big pieces missing, you know? Maybe you haven't gotten the promotion you've been waiting for, or maybe you didn't get the raise you were looking for, or maybe your partner is stalling on a big purchase. And that energy is going to follow you just a little bit into January. Just a little bit. But let's look at your central energies here. And this is where it gets exciting, right? Because it's a new year. It's new energy. Your central card for January is the Knight of Swords. So this to me reminds me a lot of Geminis, because the Knight of Swords is it's an air suit, and he is moving forward. He has answers, and even if he doesn't, he's going to get shit done. He's not waiting for anybody to give him the green light. He's making a green light for himself. And that is, once we get into the second week of January, you're going to have that energy. You're going to be like, okay, I've put up with how things have been going, but I'm ready for my ships to come back in. I'm ready to have answers. I'm no longer going to wait like this. I'm going to own the energy that I have inside of myself. I'm going to make that work. You might also have a fire energy coming in here that's very inspirational to you. A Leo or a Sag or an Aries energy. And that's more the style of energy than anything, rather than asking somebody their birthday. Oh, so that's why you're inspiring me. It's more the energy. You might have some really fiery energy coming in. It's going to ignite. It's going to help you circulate so that this energy moves forward even faster. As I have a sense that if you have been trying to just make things work, and that temperance energy that I was talking about for November and December, in January, once we hit around the 10th or 12th, I would think, somewhere in there, just vaguely somewhere in there, you're going to have answers. And things are going to start moving. You're going to plant some very specific seeds. It might take a couple of months for these to come back, but you have plans and you planted them. And you're going to feel that fiery, ignited energy. You're going to feel reaffirmed in the fact that you have value and that you know how to put it into action, which is wonderful. And that's, you want to feel like the Queen of Wands, because the Queen of Wands is confident. She knows. She's seen the other side of the veil, but she's also here in the present moment. She's very much aware of her own prowess and her power and her intensity. And sometimes you need that energy in life. When things don't go according to plan, this kind of energy is great because you will ride it out like a champ. Like a champ. So just be aware that you do have answers coming in. You do have a shift in energy. So if you're feeling very tired and a little bit bogged down, like this card shows, the very beginning of the month, just be aware that that will change for you and you will feel more energized. And you will feel like you're moving much better and much more smoothly once the month gets on a roll, which is great. Woo, boy. And so I like to pull 3 cards for the second half of the month to kind of show how the energy transitions throughout the movement of a month, because it never just stays still, right? There's always some new energy coming in. And for you guys, there is a call to action, which is what I was showing with this central card, the Knight of Wands. There is a call to action. And what it means is you are going to go through a major rebirth. You are going to be redefining where you want to go. And I don't think you're going to be surprised by this, because this is the kind of energy that has been lurking in your mind for probably about 6 months. There have been a lot of you out there that I've noticed who have been transitioning, and a lot of really fruitful things have come. Emotionally, you have been feeling very strong, very full, very vibrant in a lot of ways. You've been feeling very much, and you're going to continue to have this in a lot of ways. You're going to continue to feel that you know your own emotional worth, And if you are in a partnership, that partnership's going to feel very strong. But there's a sense that, okay, you are ready for something to change. You are done making things work in a certain aspect of your life. And you are ready to make a step that will, instead of it being you just making it work and patching over the hole in the tire, so to speak, you're going to be changing. You're going to be taking a step. Whether that is to start school again, or to take on less hours at work so that you can start your own business, or what have you. Something's coming. And so there's this quiet energy undergirding that death card. It suggests there's a period of waiting, and then there's a period of transformation. You're going to kind of go deep down, and you're going to make a very brave decision for yourself, and you're going to come out stronger than ever, which is great, right? That can be a little scary, though. It can be a little overwhelming to have that kind of intensity. I mean, people get scared of the death card, but really what this is taking a big step into an unknown, right? I mean, what's the biggest unknown in our lives as humans? It's death, right? We don't know till we've experienced it ourselves. And that is the thing. You are going to be taking a risk and going into the unknown in a way that you wanted to for a long time. So I'm going to clarify this with my Cosmic Tarot deck because I love it. It makes me happy. And let's look at what exactly this death card is pointing at, because I just get the sense you've got your Knight of Swords as your central energy, so once the 10th or 12th hits, something's going to click into place, and then you are going to make a decision. And that could be in a lot of different areas for a lot of different people. I'm not saying please don't do anything rash, like spend all your savings on like a beach bungalow necessarily. I mean, just be wise. And that's where I'm going to go back to this before I do the clarifiers. Four of Swords energy is waiting, it's patience, it's reflection, it's rest. And that energy will temper that death energy so that you're not just making rash decisions. They're going to be marked, and there's going to be a tempo to them. So just keep that in mind. Oh wow, you guys. I just got some great news. I'm just going to pull one more clarifier for this death card because I think it's very important, and I want there to be some clarity on this. So I got the second world card for you in this reading. I have the first world card was coming up for your November, December, and to me this suggests that there's been something on the horizon for a little while. And it's been lurking there, and you've been questioning, and you've been trying to figure it out. The fact that the world is in your past and in your present, to me, suggests, first of all, that this reading is just absolutely wonderful. You're going to transform from death into abundance. Like, open a new door, and everything's there for you, right? So, yes, it is good. You, however, might feel very freaked out for a few days before you make a final decision, before you find out the results, maybe of a job interview, or whether you're approved on that house, whatever it may be, or if you called a girl that you've been pining for months and months and you're waiting for her to call you back, you might be a little scared. You might have some of those fears coming in for you. That's what this card, the Nine of Swords, to me, especially in this deck, you're afraid. It's your fears. It's your deepest fears coming and at night and making you think, oh my gosh, how am I? And the same with Seven of Swords. These are both feeling haunted, right? Not knowing what's going to come out. And that is an essential element of transformation. Is before it happens, it is very scary because it is the unknown. And it does bring about those fears. And just pay attention, listen to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. If you have a thought of you being scared and you're nervous, it's okay. It's okay to recognize that you are nervous, to recognize that you have anxieties. You're human. You're allowed to have anxieties. You as Gemini, you want to find solutions. Like I was saying, you want to find solutions. You want to find ways to pave the path forward. And it will happen. And by the end of the month, to me, this is your like ultimate card, really, for the end of the month, is you are going to come back around to this World card. It's going to come out of that deep work that you do and your clarity about what you're really after. So, like I said, it makes the Death card so powerful, so positive. I can't express enough how great this pairing is for two cards. Having these two cards in a pairing, and in fact, like, let's put it so that, I don't know, which way do you like it better? In a pairing like this, especially with Death first and then the World, you are going to feel that sense of, wow, you know, I did it. I did it. I'm going to pull one clarifier for your Nine of Cups, because the Nine of Cups is very much that emotional fulfillment. So I get the sense that this is a very career-oriented thing that's going on for you, for a lot of you. It's going to be career-oriented. Not all of you, but a lot of you, there's a question there about what you're really going for. And that's true for a lot of January. A lot of the signs are actually going to be taking the time to look at their career issues and figure out where they're trying to go. Because 2017 is a new beginning year, right? And so it often means that people are questioning their path. Okay, and we have the second Temperance card in this reading too. I pulled it for your past, and it's coming up for your Nine of Cups, which me suggests that you have a stable foundation. This could be with yourself. It could also be if you are partnered or married, that this person has been by your side while you've been questioning your career choices. If you're single, and you have probably been pretty happy with that because you have been so focused on self-improvement and on creating these new horizons for yourself. And, you know, if you're crushing on somebody, there's been a thread there. They've been kind of hanging out. Once again, what I really sense from this is that you are really questioning your purpose in this life, how to use your talents, gifts, and abilities to their best aspect, to show them in the best light, and also how to move forward in your career in a way that will continue to be fulfilling for you. If you've hit a roadblock, or if you're thinking about retiring, or if you're thinking about switching careers, those things have been undergirding a lot of what's going on for you, and you want to accomplish something that you can feel proud of, that you can feel that you've contributed to this world, right? So I do think it's coming, and I do think you will have new insights into how to move forward with that. But it might just take a little bit of courage, and take those rests when you can. Because if you take the rest mentally and allow your mind to just clearly think, you will get better answers than if you allow yourself to think of the worst case scenario and overthink and wake up at 2 and 3 and overthink. If you have those thoughts, my best advice for January is to take a few breaths and remember that it's okay. Remember it's okay. Talk to a friend if you need to. Call up somebody who you trust who is great at, being a positive influence in your life, and that will help you a lot. Go for some long walks, or do something that will help you to keep calm, because you need it, because things are going to be moving once the second half of the month is going to be big movement for you guys. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what these new career opportunities have to offer for you. I think they will really open you up, and they will also make you much more able to be heart-centered in your life, because you will feel so much more empowered overall. So if you would like to do a reading with me, I do personal readings where we can really get into what is coming up for you in your life right now as far as careers or love or hopes for the future. Then I'm going to leave my email and my website down below in the description box, and I will be back in another month for your February readings. I can't wait to see where you guys are at there, and I will talk to you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.